My girlfriend confessed about cheating as if it were nothing and I have no idea what to do. We've been together for about 8 months. I, male 23, knew her, female 21, through a common friend in a college bus. Let's call her S, for that is her favorite letter. We instantly clicked. A couple weeks later, when our faculty was forcibly closed due to an annual unofficial commemoration, that's Mexican University for you all, I called S and we had our first date. It was magical. We had much more chemistry than what we initially expected. We went for an ice cream, and we kept talking all evening. When things turned more serious and personal, we went for some drinks and the true flirting began. S resisted quite a bit, but we ended up kissing and then I took her close to her house. It was at that time we discovered how far away we lived, and as none of us has a car, we had to take at least 3 subway lines to cross to the other side of the city. Later we also noticed that she worked after school every weekday, and I worked on weekends. To make matters worse, even though we study the same career, our classes and schedules are incompatible. Still, we wanted this to work out and made the necessary efforts to make it so. Her natural environment are parties. That's when she seems herself the most happy and trusting, with alcohol and friends all around. She told me she smokes weed, but so far I've never seen her. I don't dislike that lifestyle, except for drugs, but my tolerance to it is lesser. Anyway, she seems to have the same opinion about my lifestyle and likes. She can do and enjoy them, but finds them tiring after doing them for a while. What we unconditionally share is our mutual enjoyment of sex. Even though she is no beauty, I care for her and it makes it all the better. Things were working out well, somehow, given how diametrically different we are. But one time, when she invited me to a party from her job, she said she had something to tell me. It was a Friday, I can't forget it. I slept with a guy on Tuesday, she whispered to my ear. I had no words. At first I thought it was a confession out of guilt, but she didn't seem disturbed at all. I asked for details, what a fool I was, and she spared not a single one. I was hurt by how easy it was for a guy she barely knew the day before, at the bus, to simply go to her workplace with flowers and then take her to his place and spend the night. She admitted she did that from time to time, with strangers and friends alike, as long as she likes them. My views on sex are different. I can't be alright with the knowledge that S sleeps with whoever she wants whenever it pleases her. I don't do it with other women, because I have this loyalty that ties me to my only partner. S was witty, for before she told me that, she asked me permission to stay at my place that night to remain in the party to the very end. I live near her workplace. She knew I am a man of my word and, even though it hurt like hell, she spent the night at my place. After the party we talked and she was noticeably distressed by my position on the matter. She argued she was alright with me sleeping with any women I want, for she knows she is the only one I love. This difference in our characters couldn't be put away like the others. That night, full of feelings, guilt and anger, we had the most savage sex we ever had. After that, we started dating formally, as she was reluctant before. We have always fought over this and that, not a surprise considering our different personalities, but in the past couple of months it got worse. I can't seem to trust her again, and every time we get intimate, images of other men taking S hunt me. It has got to a point where I can no longer enjoy sex with her. She changed as well, for it seems she is making some sort of sacrifice when we spend time together, and she developed a habit of trying to humiliate me whenever possible, and even though I don't allow it, I'm getting tired of it. Recently, she is even evading me, stating she doesn't have time to go out, but her boss called me the other day to ask if I was going to a party with S, to keep an eye on her. Both her mother and her boss, who care very much for her, liked me for being someone who puts limits to S, as one of them said. But I can't with this anymore. S doesn't even want to talk about us. I believe everything is over and she is only waiting for me to finish the relationship, but I don't want to give her the pleasure. What do you people think? Can you give me any advice? If our relationship, by some miracle, could be saved, I think I would prefer that, but I'm ready for the other, more realistic possibility. Edit. I must begin by thanking you all, people. Really, one sometimes just needs to listen to reason from another's mouth. The thing with her is over. I wanted to confront her, finish the relationship face to face, as it should be done, not for her, but for me. She agreed, but she wasn't there at the appointed time. That was the last time I wanted to see her. Yesterday I passed in front of her workplace. I said I live nearby, and it's part of my daily route. I found her boss at the entrance. We exchanged some pleasantries and she told me S was inside, if I wanted to see her. But I did not. I continued and simply wrote a text to S, explaining why I was ending the relationship. Then I erased her phone number and every possible way for me to contact her, for I knew temptation would be too great to handle. And so it's been a day from that. I feel the distance and miss her voice, her touch, while at the same time something corrosive has been removed from my chest. I'm sure it was the best decision. I'll learn to live with it. Hope she doesn't come to my place ever again. I wouldn't like either for her mom or boss to contact me, for I appreciate them both. I was told Reddit could help when in doubt, but I never expected this much support. Once again, thank you all.